Imagine sitting down for dinner tonight. Everyone's at the table, you pass the plates, say grace, eat together. Except one person has been dead for 2 years. That's not fiction. That's Tuesday in Tana Toraja, Indonesia. And here's what you need to understand. They're not crazy. They've figured out something about love and loss that our culture has completely forgotten. Watch this, and you'll never see death the same way again. Deep in the mountains of Sulawesi, Indonesia, there is a group of people called the Toraja. About 650,000 of them live there. And they have built one of the most elaborate, most expensive, and most misunderstood relationships with death of any culture on Earth. But here's the thing. To the Toraja, what they do is not strange at all, because to them, death is not an event. It is a process, a very long, very carefully managed process, and it starts the moment someone takes their last breath. When a person dies in Tana Toraja, the family does not call a funeral home. They do not rush to bury the body. Instead, they call the body by a specific name, Toma Kula. It means the sick one, not the dead one, the sick one. This comes from their ancient belief system called Aluk To Dolo, which translates to the way of the ancestors. According to this belief, when someone dies, their soul does not immediately leave. It lingers. It stays in the house near the body, still connected to the family. And if the soul is still present, then the family still has responsibilities. So they bring food 4 times a day: morning, noon, afternoon, and evening. A plate of rice, maybe some meat, a cup of water, sometimes a cigarette if the person smoked. The body is preserved with formaldehyde so it does not decay. It lies in a special room in the family home, often for months, sometimes for years. One son, speaking to journalists, put it simply. He said, "My father used to eat with us every day. He is still at home. We still have to feed him." Now, I want you to pause on that for a second, because your first reaction might be shock or discomfort. But ask yourself, what is he actually saying? He is saying, love does not stop because breathing stops. And that is where this whole tradition becomes something much bigger than a strange ritual. But that is actually just the beginning, because what comes next, the official funeral, is something so enormous, so costly, that it takes years to prepare for. The Toraja have a saying that gets repeated throughout their culture. They say, "We live to die." Not in a dark or hopeless way, in the sense that the most important event in a person's life, the one that defines their legacy, their family's reputation, and their place in the spirit world, is their funeral. It is called Rambu Solo, and it might be the most expensive death ritual on the planet. Here is what makes it so extreme. The funeral cannot happen until the family is financially ready. That might mean 6 months after death. It might mean 3 years. During all that time, the body stays home. The family keeps feeding it. When the family finally has enough money and resources, the entire village shows up, sometimes thousands of people. The ceremony lasts multiple days, sometimes a week or more. And at the center of it all, buffalo. Water buffalo are slaughtered to help guide the soul of the deceased to the spirit world, a place that Toraja call puya. The number of buffalo sacrificed reflects the social status of the person who died. For a commoner, at least 6 buffalo are required. For a nobleman, it can be dozens. For the most elite families, the number can reach into the hundreds. Now, here is where it gets truly staggering. A single water buffalo in Tana Toraja costs at minimum around $1,400 USD. But rare spotted buffalo, the ones considered most sacred, can sell for over 20,000 each. Do the math on a funeral with 100 of those animals. Some estimates put the most prestigious Toraja funerals at over 400,000 USD in buffalo alone, not counting food, ceremony, guests, or the elaborate carved wooden coffin. Families sometimes spend decades saving for this. Young Torajan men and women migrate to Malaysia or to Jakarta to work, not to build their own futures, but specifically to save money for their parents' future funerals. The debt does not end there either. Every single animal donated at a funeral is recorded by a government official. Name of donor,
type of animal, approximate value, all written down. Because when that donor's own family has a funeral someday, the receiving family is expected to give back an equal or greater gift. This creates chains of ritual obligation that pass between families across generations. Anthropologists call it a gift economy. The Toraja just call it the right thing to do.
If you are wondering how they even fit all of this into one ceremony, that is because you are thinking about it like a Western funeral. Think of it instead as a wedding, a family reunion, and a national holiday combined into one. There is music, dancing, poetry recitation. Meat from the sacrificed buffalo is distributed to every guest according to their social rank. A specialist called a tamenta oversees exactly who gets which cut, which seating position, which portion. It has been this way for centuries. And here's something that will genuinely surprise you. Roughly 86% of Toraja people today are Christian. Protestant and Catholic missionaries arrived with Dutch colonizers in the early 1900s. But the Aluk To Dolo ceremonies never disappeared. They simply blended. A modern Toraja funeral might open with a Christian prayer, shift into ancestral chanting, include a Bible reading, and close with offerings to the spirits of the dead. All without contradiction. All within the same afternoon. That coexistence has held for over 200 years, and it shows just how deeply these rituals are woven into who the Toraja are as a people. Now, if you thought living with the body for years was the most intense part of this story, wait, because there is one more ritual that takes everything even further. It happens every 3 years, usually in August, and it is called Manene. Families walk to the graves of their ancestors, dig them up, and bring the bodies back out into the light. They wash them carefully, they dress them in fresh clothes, they brush and comb the hair, they repair any damage to the body and fix the wrapping. Then they walk the body around the village. And yes, they bring food, cigarettes, favorite snacks, they sit with their dead loved ones, they talk to them, they celebrate with them. This is not a grim obligation. The families doing this are often smiling, laughing, taking photographs. One man described the moment his father's body was brought out, preserved nearly intact after 3 years underground. He said he felt pride. He said he believed that his father's condition was a sign, a blessing for the generations to come. This is why the title of this video is exactly what it is. Because the Toraja do not just remember their dead, they keep them at the table. There are other details that make this culture even richer. The traditional Toraja home, called a tongkonan, faces north, toward the creator spirit. The front of the home is decorated with buffalo horns stacked high on the pillars. Count the horns, and you can read the family's history. Each pair represents a major funeral ceremony held there across the generations. Children who die before their first teeth come in are handled differently. They are not buried in the ground. Instead, their bodies are placed inside a cavity carved into the trunk of a living tree. As the tree grows, it is believed to carry the child's spirit upward, returning their energy to the living world. And then there are the Tao Tao, carved wooden statues that look exactly like the deceased. Made from jackfruit wood, dressed in the person's actual clothes, placed in carved niches along cliffsides to watch over the graves below. Many of these statues have been stolen over the decades, sold into the international art market. So families have replaced some of them with concrete replicas just to protect the originals. Even in death, the Toraja have had to fight to hold on to what is theirs. So here is what stays with me after learning all of this. The Toraja do not fear death. They refuse to be separated from it. They refuse to be separated from the people they love, even after those people are gone. Their rituals look extreme on the surface, but underneath all of it is something incredibly human. The idea that the people we love deserve to be honored, celebrated, and kept close, not hidden away and rushed past. What I keep thinking about is this: what does it say about our own culture that we find this so uncomfortable? What does the way a society treats its dead reveal about what it actually values? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely love to know what you think. And if this kind of story is what you came here for,
hit subscribe and turn on the bell. There is a lot more where this came from.